Please welcome your MC, four-time Emmy Award-winning television host, producer, author, and Vistage speaker, Bill Boggs.
Whoa, thank you. Raise your hand if you've traveled more than 500 miles to be here. Okay? Now keep your hand up if you've traveled 1,000 miles. Keep it up 5,000 miles. 10,000. Look at that. Think of the rewards miles you've gotten. It's worth it just for that. Now we have members and chairs here from Argentina, from Brazil, from the UK, Malaysia, Germany, Mexico. It's an honor to have you all here in Dallas, Texas, and the very state of Texas actually stands for big. The city was founded in the 1840s as a frontier trading post, and it's been fostering entrepreneurs ever since. This is the home of the first convenience store, the first drive-up window bank, and most importantly, this is the home state of the very first frozen margarita. Stop and think of the headaches you never would have had if the frozen margarita hadn't been invented, right? I understand they're working on something where you're going to be able to download an autographed picture of Rafael Pastor. $2. Good morning, everybody. Good to be with you. Did you have a good night last night after leaving our first annual session? If you had a really, really, really good time, just moan quietly to yourself, okay? Today we have a packed day, and you're in for a treat. You're going to be hearing from more thought leaders, and you're going to have the option to attend a variety of workshops or to, of course, wander aimlessly around the resort. Then tonight, you're invited to experience a real Texas hospitality at dinner. Those of you who signed up will be hosted by members, which is great. For everybody else, we're going to have a wonderful time at the Texan station. But right now, I want to ask you to pull out, all of you right now, we'll have one collective, the sound of phones being removed from pockets and jackets. Pull out your mobile phones. We're going to have a poll. We're going to take a poll. So quickly get out your phones, right? The purpose of the poll is to see, we're curious about this, what you're most excited about experiencing today. Right now, Simon Sinek is clearly in the lead. Workshops are shrinking. Dinners are going up. Milk and workshops, very, very close. Dinners. Any Michael Milken relatives here? Quickly. As quickly as possible for Michael. They're coming through. That's good. Well, I guess Simon's backstage. He's pretty excited about this. I know that one of the things that was discussed was the value of risk. Now, in my Vistage talk, I talk a lot about risk. And in my book, Got What It Takes, I interviewed people. A lot of them talked about the link between risk and failure. But the best quote that I had was from Judith Rodin, who is the president of the Rockefeller Foundation, who had written her PhD thesis on the link between risk and success. And she said, if you're risk adverse, you can be successful, but you're never going to be wildly successful because there's a set of coping skills that come with taking a risk and failing that lead to greater success. And no amount of thinking big can take you where you want to go unless you're willing to have the courage and the judgment to take a risk. That's why the final two Vistage Membership Leadership Award categories are judgment and courage. Now focus with me here. Take a moment right now and think about this. When is the last time that you really, really had to make a tough decision for your business? Or particularly a time when you had to take that extraordinarily risky first step. With that in mind, I have something for you to watch. We have our feelings watching you. What are you feeling? Breathing and being in the moment. When you're up there, that high, is the rest of the world gone? I mean, do any random thoughts enter your mind? Or is your concentration so focused that you're just attached to that wire? You know, I I was listening backstage to every word, and when Simon was talking about that focus on money, it reminded me of something that happened 2 weeks ago. I had this kind of odd legal situation. I needed a specialist. I live in New York, and I got this really high-powered lawyer was recommended to me, but I didn't want to spend a lot of money, so because of a friend, I got into his office, and I said, how much would you charge me to answer 3 questions? He said, $1,200. I said, that's a lot of money, isn't it? He said, yeah, what's your 3rd question? All right, now for a couple of announcements. Simon is going to be signing books in Vistage Roundup. We have our first opportunity to attend these wonderful workshops this afternoon. We have an exciting lineup of workshops, 5 tracks, more than 40 speakers, and these tracks were developed with your member feedback, right? Designed to address your top issues. The workshop presentations are also going to be available on the Vistage Village website in a few weeks. And God willing, we're back in this room at 1:30 this afternoon. See you then.